Hello and welcome to Boxhead Nation, and I'm your host, the Boxhead Gamer. Let's get into it. Here, Pokemon coupons, okay. Yeah, let's advance to the next area. And we'll save. So the question is, I think we keep Quagsire on the team because it can do Yawn to put enemies to sleep. I just don't know if I want like a paralysis Pokemon, like because Ampharos would probably be pretty good in terms of paralyzing. So the question is paralysis better or is sleep better? I think sleep, it just makes it so that they can't, like, attack. So that would make it so it's harder for it to KO itself. We'll use Sand Tomb on Pichu. So I think that's the go-to. We use Quagsire because it can put people to sleep. My only complaint was it would not catch last time. It was so frustrating. I'm just trying to like catch the Ragu and he's just like, nope, not getting in the Pokeball for you. Okay. You weren't prepared to lose at all, were you? No, I don't go into matches thinking I'm gonna lose. I like to come into matches thinking I have a good chance of winning. Because if you go in with the mindset that you're gonna lose, you just set yourself up for defeat. So I believe I will win. Even when I know I'm gonna lose, I try and keep that belief that I could win. And then I lose the match anyway. But that's a different story. There we go, take out the Grimer with one hit. Has Umbreon been getting XP? We'll see if let's see if that number drops. Next level. So it's 1,278. If that number drops, then that means he's getting XP. It's just not showing it. So we'll see if we're getting XP, because that would be very bad if we're doing this and there's like no XP gain. using Flying Barboach, because I don't think it works too well on Beldum. So, I'm trying to decide, like, what games to play for, Spooktober. I think Outlast is gonna be one of them. I think Luigi's Mansion. I only have the first and the third one. I wish I had the second one, but I don't know where I misplaced the disc. I think I got rid of it as a kid or something. Which is something I did a lot. Like, I would get, like, games, and I would, like, take them to GameStop and sell them for, like, pennies, basically. I'm like, oh, I gotta get a new game! This game just came out, and I go into GameStop with, like, a stack of, like, 20, 30 games and get, like, $10. What can I say? I was not a very smart child. I'm just like, yeah, I gotta get new games. I want a new game. And then I get it. And I maybe beat the game, but then never touch it again. I wonder how many other people have done that, though. It must have been a lot, because, like, that's GameStop's, like, whole business is, like, the used sale of games. But they really need to change up their strategy. Like, in stores, they need to start taking, like, games of, like, every genre. Like, old school games, new games. They need to, like, collect it all. Because that would give them good money. Because people will pay good money for, like, old school GameCube games and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I hadn't had my Pokemon discs, I probably would have spent good money to get these games just because of how nostalgic they are for me. Like, these games are my favorite. Like, next to Spyro, these are, like, high up there on my list of, like, games I loved as a child. Which is saying a lot, because my list of games I loved as a child actually have a lot of my favorite, like, video games in general. Like, Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked and games like that. Those games were awesome. Like, I'm trying to think of games nowadays that would even give me the same, like, fun. Like, I enjoyed, I guess, Immortals of Avium, but it's not the same as, like, the games I had as a child. Like, Call of Duty has a good place, but it's even that wasn't that amazing to me. There was a game, I can't place the name of it, but you swapped characters, and as you leveled up, you became like friends with this dragon or whatever, and that was cool. I just can't remember the name of the game, like, at all. Oh, Defense Girl? Well, it's too bad that you're probably gonna get KO'd instantly, but... So with Shadow Rush... Oh, we got a call by Brava. And this should take out the Sandshrew. So let's check and see if we're getting XP. It does not look like we're getting XP, did I not? Oh, I see the problem here. That would explain things. Because I'm just sitting there like, why isn't my Umbreon gaining any XP? And it would be the fact that I did not give it the EXP share. So we'll use Fly on the Jigglypuff, and we're gonna Shadow Rush the Meryl. There we go. Come on, Swablu, finish it off. I was so confused, though. Let's see. Make sure I gave the Umbreon the item. Yeah, there we go. You handed me a loss. Yeah. That's just what happens. You can't win every time. That includes me, because I have lost quite a few battles in this. gonna use Fly on the Abra. And then we're gonna Shadow Rush the Shuppet. Yeah, it got deleted. Because these are all, like, low-level Pokemon. I'm trying to go to Mount Battle to level up. But I need to get through the low-level stuff first, so I can actually get levels. Yeah, that Abra... The Abra just is, like, freaking out. The KO animation, Abra's just, like, having a fit. It's like, no! You beat me! Yeah, he's looking for his missing spoon. Where'd the spoon go? I need to level up. Old man beaten by Boxhead. Yes. Well, beaten by Bob. We gotta clarify. And this time, Bob. He has no clue who Boxhead is. He's like, ah. Oh, man. We will flop. Well, okay, we'll Shadow Rush the Marie. And I guess... Go Dragon Breath on the Magnemite. I want to see the animation for it. I mean, that looks cool. It doesn't look very dragony though. All paralysis, perfect. Like, to me that just looked like, I don't know. It didn't look dragony, so I'm not sure what I would call it. Just like a smoke cloud, just... Vibrava was like a heavy smoker back in the day or something. I don't know. That's one thing I always thought was interesting. People who do like the little smoke rings and stuff. Like, even though I don't like smoking because it's not good for you, it's very bad. But seeing people do those smoke rings always looked cool. You're just like, man. That looks neat. Just puffing out like a little ring. Because all I remember is that scene where, like, Gandalf shows up and he just, like, puffs out the little rings. And then whenever I think of Gandalf, I also think of the meme where, like, it's, like, Gandalf at a rave and he's, like, spitting all those lights or whatever. That one is very good. And Dragon Breath Voltorb. Yeah, also the good thing about this place is that after every battle, your Pokemon get healed up. So you can just keep going. Like, they'll heal you of all your status conditions and all of your other things as you progress. So it's the perfect place to level up. Teacher Vana. Yeah, the one thing that I've always wondered about, like, Pokemon games and anime is, like, who came up with the idea to give them, like, that specific, like, colored hair? Because I'm pretty sure it's not it's definitely not a natural hair color. Like, I've never went out and be like, oh, cool, that person has, like, purple hair. We'll Shadow Rush the Carvana, and we will Shadow Rush Spiel. Like, purple hair is cool, but I'm just like, I wonder why they decided to give them purple hair. Yeah, like, back then, I don't... Yeah, what's the origin behind going with, like, this, like, hair color, you know? Like, someone had to think it up and been like, yeah, let's do this. Like, purple hair sounds really cool. But you never know. One day you might, like, be a future doctor and you'll see, like, a baby born and they have, like, a full head of blue hair or something. And you're just like, that baby might be an alien. Like, all I think of, like, is how doctors react when, like... I've always wondered how they react when there's, like, a child born with, like, let's say, like, an extra arm or extra fingers or something. Most of the reasons US versus British things... Britain got bored and changed it for fashion. Yeah. So, like, the thing I've always wondered is, like, how a doctor would react to those, like, situations, though. Just imagine, like, someone born with, like, extra fingers or extra toes or something. Like, I feel like that would be, like, a shocking reaction for a doctor. They're just like, oh no, this child's got, like, 20 toes on one foot. And they'd just be, like, very confused. Yeah, they're probably happy to have the mask on, because, like, they do have to be professional about it. But I would be, like, so shocked. I'd be like, wow, that's... Immediately checking for chemical weirdness if they had blue or purple hair. Yeah, exactly. And then you find... Dye your baby's hair in the womb. Just like... yeah, that's definitely what happened. But, no, I think, oh, wait, let me call... But, what am I thinking? I feel like it would be like an alien child having, like, that color hair. Like an anime alien, where the aliens still look like humans for some reason. They're just from another planet. Like, which doesn't make sense to me. I feel like if there's, like, sentient life out there, there has to be... They're not gonna look like a human, you know? They might look like a human, but I feel like the odds of, like, another sentient creature looking exactly like a human is not very high. Like, I wonder what the odds would be. Like, they have to be really high, right? Because there's so many planets, not all of them even have life, but, like, if they do have life, there's so many, like, things will be silicon-based. Just imagine, like, a rubber silicon person that you just, like, run into them, and, like, they can, like, stretch their arms. They're, like, Stretch Armstrong. Oh, a rock person? That would be cool. Like you just, like, go to, like, give them a handshake, and it just, like, their hand is, like, super hard, because they're, like, made out of, maybe their body is made out of, like, the same stuff that our bones and, teeth are made out of. So, like, they're just really, really rough, and, like, you have a hard time, like, shaking hands. There's stuff in the atmosphere that's actually made by krill and stuff here. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I always find, like, even though, like, a lot of people might not believe in ghosts and stuff, I think, like, ghosts and aliens are real. I'm not as sure about, like, stuff like Bigfoot, though. I mean, it could be true, but, like, I feel like if there was a Bigfoot, like, sea creatures I can understand not finding a sea creature, because it's a lot harder to find something that just swims really fast and is underwater, because you can't just see through the water. But, like... Oh, it recalled itself. Okay. But yeah, I feel like it's a lot harder to find, like, a sea creature than it is, like, a land creature. So I feel like we would have found, like, Bigfoot or something by now. Right? Because there's just so much in the world. More complex molecule. They're checking to make sure the readings are right. Yeah, that... Yeah, so they would just, like, I feel like, and if aliens, before they would, like, come in person, I feel like they would be trying to, like, reach out to us via other means, you know? Because I'm not gonna take the risk that, like, it'd be like if we traveled to another planet, like, we're taking that risk that if there's life on there, is that life gonna be hostile, you know? Because when you go in, they might be like, oh, this person is coming to our planet and they just came out of the sky. Like, if I saw someone come out of the sky, I would be ready to fight. I'd be like, nope, I'm not doing this. You're coming to, like, harvest my brains or something. I don't know. Aliens sound different. Yeah. Like, the aliens are coming. They're like zombies or whatever. I would just be stressed about them just showing up at random. But I feel like, that's the issue, though. How would they communicate with us? Because if we have no technology at the time, they can't really wipe us out with the common cold by accident. Exactly. Because that's how, like, a lot of, when colonizers came to America, a lot of the Native American people got wiped out by, like, disease. Like, was it, like, smallpox and stuff, or cholera? They got wiped out by diseases that they never had, and because the British and other countries are coming across, we just, like, wipe people out. Yeah, we're in the same boat for, like, aliens, because they're probably gonna be like... Yeah, because they'd be like, oh man, these guys are, like, very primitive in comparison to us, you know? That's what I would be like. I mean, for them, like, we're just having wars all the time, and they're like, man... We've progressed past wars. Well, what is with these people just fighting each other all the time? There's a space UN. I was like, no, you cannot tell humans how to travel, space travel. You gotta leave them alone, let them figure out how to do it on their own. Like, that's one thing I see in, like, anime, because I like a lot of, like, the science fiction anime, because you get, like, stuff like that. You've got, like Space UN and things like that. I'm just like, yeah, that could happen. bubble theory makes sense to me because that would also explain why we randomly get UFOs and not organized. Yeah, a few like rogue people who are like, yeah, let's go spread the word of aliens to the other planets, and then they just show up. Plus, like, aren't there like some shows where they're like the past civilizations because like there were certain civilizations that had like technology that was like really spot on for what we have now, and they're like they must have met the aliens to get this technology. Smell a business opportunity. Yeah, like I wonder like if aliens did do something, like they came here and gave us technology, like, would they be, like, punished by, like, the committee of... Yeah, sometimes the tech-inspired cell phones were from, like, Star Trek communicators. Yeah, go to Space Court. You have been punished. You have been, convicted of, like, pay space fines. What? I wonder what the currency would be. Do they, in space, do they just use Dogecoin? Like, we find out we go to space and, like, all of... It's a good thing that we converted to Dogecoin because they take it. Like, everyone's like... I'm so glad I've got like 50,000 Dogecoin. That Bitcoin is only worth a penny in space. Like they've watched our like things and they added cryptocurrency and they're just like Dogecoin is cool. I like Dogecoin. We use clay coins, a very rare mineral. I'd be good. I live in Georgia. We got the clay. I'll just start digging out clay. Get that good Georgia clay and start making my clay coins. Yeah, but like Georgia is really well known for having that like annoying clay. I wonder... Yeah, that would be crazy, though, if they come from a planet with, like, no clay. Yeah, like, there's a lot of things. Like, clay is one of those things, like, little bits of differences in, like, clay that can make, like, a huge difference in, like, growing things or stuff like that. You have to clear out some rockiness and add a tiny bit of sand to make my plants not just stuck. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna grind this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna try and, like, play builds water that sits and isn't absorbed, makes the root. Yeah. Because basically, clay is harder, doesn't absorb water as well as, like, other stuff. Like, normal soil, water grows, like, water gets absorbed just fine, but clay doesn't have that same absorption. Like me, I really liked like all the crystals and stuff, and like how like certain crystals grow in certain areas. And I always thought it would be cool. Like I don't remember if it happened in like Jimmy Neutron, but I remember like I think I remember him making like a diamond out of like pressure or something. I was like, that would be really cool, just to like make your own diamonds. Ripped off in school? Yeah, that doesn't sound great. Yeah, the school has like a secret lab where they teach the students how to like diamonds are working. They had better classes in that area. I feel like it all depends on like certain school districts and stuff have like better like learning environments. Because like you'll go to like different schools and like it all depends on like the economics in that area. Because like I'm sure some schools in like the downtown area of that place were like really bad. Yeah, the ocean stuff you got a lot where I used to live in North Carolina. Because they where I lived, I was right on the coast, so they had a lot of the more ocean learning. But like some places, it's just like you don't get the same education because like things are different. I will say the worst subject for me was history. Like history was a terrible subject. History and geography. Yeah. That's the downside. Like wherever like low income is, it usually they don't get as great of an education in low income areas because the school just doesn't get the same amount of love. Yeah, for me, history was like, no, I'm not good at history. Rome Total World actual history in a game. Yeah. I mean, Civ was good too, but it wasn't quite... wasn't quite as good as Rome Total War in terms of, like, understanding things. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, my Pokemon just attacked that guy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for my Pokemon to attack you. Oh, it attacked me now? Monster Hunter actually secretly taught me real things in life I never knew. Like, yeah, I feel like games sometimes, like, people look at games as, like, something for kids and stuff, but I feel like games have taught a lot. Like you've got, like, certain games, like, teach you, like, resource management, and some games teach you, like, multitasking. I feel like Minecraft is a good learning game, but I'm just not into Minecraft as much. Yeah, logic, problem solving, like, because a lot of games, even if they aren't, like, focused on puzzles, they'll throw some puzzles in there from time to time. Yeah, Minecraft can teach you a lot. Like, you can learn stuff by doing redstone, because redstone is very, like, it takes a lot of, like, thinking to use redstone properly, and I bet there is a lot of you could learn by doing that. Like, I remember someone used, like, redstone to, like, make something inside the game. I was just like, that is cool. Could I ever do it? Probably not, because I'm just not good at that kind of stuff, but it was cool. We'll just take out this oddish. And then you've got, like, you've got games like PC Builder or whatever, where it teaches you how to kind of build a PC. Like, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't get all of the skills to build a PC, but it teaches you enough where you probably could do it if you have a little idea on how to, like, solder stuff. So you could actually end up making a PC just from learning about it on, like, a video game. Oh yeah, Car Mechanic Simulator 2. Like, Daniel told me that Car Mechanic Simulator is pretty good about, like, being somewhat accurate. He said it's somewhat accurate with that. Yeah, you gotta get to work. Like, I don't like messing with my car. Like, if I gotta get it worked on, I take it to the mechanic, you know? I am not gonna work on my own car. I don't have that skill set. Okay, we're just gonna do regular shadow rushes, I guess. No, I clicked too fast and it attacked me. You are very rude by Brava. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. You're not supposed to attack me. No, it's even if you lose, you can still learn a lesson. I learned that I am a better Pokemon trainer than you. There you go. Lesson learned. Like, one thing I've recently heard is there's like a theory that Nurse Joy might be a Pokemon, and I was just like, man, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because basically how they explained it is like, there are a lot of Nurse Joys, and they all look very similar. and you've got they look similar. They all have the same name. They all do the same thing. So they were just very convincing. So I'm like, maybe Nurse Joy is a Pokemon. Just imagine, like, you find out later in the game, Nurse Joy is a Pokemon. She just has, like, healing moves, like floral healing and things like that. So here's the question: if for some, now you're not picking a Pokemon that you would want to become, but for example, if you got turned into a Pokemon, like you are now a Pokemon, what typing would you want to be as that Pokemon? Like for me, I'm trying to think. Like I'd want to be a typing that is resistant to a lot of things. Like what is it? Like Dark Ghost is pretty resistant to things. I'd want to be just like a strong typing that is resistant to a lot. That way I can just be fairly safe. And the one thing is you don't get to pick your stats. You just get to pick your... that's a good question. I mean, in the show, Pokemon technically do pass away. And in the game too, because like I remember them talking about like if Charmander's tail ever went out, it would pass away, or like if Spoink ever stopped jumping, its heart would stop or something like that. So I feel like Pokemon do have a lifespan. I wouldn't know how to judge it, you know, because they've never really brought that in. And with Scarlet and Violet, you see like the Mastiff, he's like really old or whatever. So I feel like they might have a lifespan. I just wouldn't know how to gauge it. And well, the thing is, would Ghost Pokemon have a lifespan? Because Ghost Pokemon are ghosts, right? Do ghosts have lifespans? That's the tricky thing. Because if they don't have a lifespan, then I'm a ghost all the way. I'm just gonna be like a Gengar, like ha 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 ha. Or Haunter. I remember Haunter, like, was the ghost Pokemon Mansion in like the first season, and the ghosts were just messing with Ash and everyone. They were just like trolling. See, for me, the scariest thing about Pokemon from Season 1 was Sabrina. Because she turned her own parents into dolls. Like, she turned her family members and people who would battle her into dolls. I'm just like, that would be terrifying, you know? Like, you go in, you're like, I've come to battle you, and then you lose, and she's like, haha, you are now a doll, and she just shrinks you into a doll. That would be terrifying. And so that makes me question, like, in the Pokemon universe, is Sabrina more powerful than a Pokemon? Because she was able to turn people into dolls. So I feel like Sabrina could be on par with a Pokemon. Because just imagine you send your Pokemon out against her and she's just like, no, no, no. Well, I don't think she turned people into Pokemon. She just turned them into dolls. Imagine you turned someone into, like, Mewtwo or Entei. Yeah. Entei would be cool to be. I remember there was a movie, a Pokemon movie, and like the unknowns basically like made Entei manifest, and Entei ended up stealing Ash's mom because she was like, she wanted a mom to help take care of her. So Entei just swoops in, just takes Ash's mom, and just like runs off. I'm just like, that's rude. You're just minding your own business. Entei shows up, takes your mom away. You're like, no, not my mom. And the crazy part is, like, it was all because the dad went on like this expedition and found like unknowns or something, and he got like teleported away. Something weird happened, and basically her wanting to see her dad, it like the unknowns manifested Entei, and basically Entei's whole goal was to protect her and keep her happy. So he brought Ash's mom so she could have a mom there, because she was like, I think for some reason, like maybe her mom had passed away or something, but her mom was not around. So Entei basically was like, no, here, you've got a mom now. I just thought that was like a cool concept. That movie was pretty cool. I can't remember which movie it was though. And I guess spoilers, I guess? Because, I mean, I don't know how many people are gonna go watch that movie though, because that movie is so old. That is from like when I was a kid. Yeah, something like that. 2003 sounds accurate. It just shows you, like, people think Unknown are weak, and I think on their own Unknown are weak, but the fact that, like, a bunch of Unknown together can, like, alter reality, because basically when they entered this little girl's, the little girl's, like, area or zone, the Unknown basically let her manifest, like, she could change age and stuff while she was battling them. She became, like, a teenager and things like that. So the fact that Unknown in a group can, like, alter reality like that is crazy. Like, I could see, like, Unknown being, like, top tier. Like, maybe they introduce, like, Wishy-Washy had, like, a schooling form where it would become a giant fish. And I'm just thinking, like, imagine if Unknown had, like, a schooling form where you get a bunch of Unknown together, and they get, like, new moves called, like, I don't know, like, they get, like, legendary moves or something? I don't know. They'd have to come up with something, but I think they should do that. Because that movie was, like, really awesome. And I think they should have made, like, a custom Unknown Pokemon to celebrate that movie. But yeah, looking at, like, when movies and stuff came out, it makes you feel old. Because you find these movies that you just loved as a child, and you find out, like, when they came out, and, like, when you remember when you watched them, and you're like, man, it's been, like, 20 or 30 years since I've last seen that movie, and it just makes you feel so old. Yeah, that's a good question. Because, I mean, I don't know. I think they would still feel old. Because, like, even though it's gone from, like, 40s to 60s, the thing is, like, when they went on, like, there was more technology and changes a bit. So I feel like they still get that, like, feeling of age, because, like, musical change and things like that. Even if it's just a little thing, they'll remember, like, oh man, I remember when so-and-so music show or, like, musical came on, and then they'll just be like, oh man, that's awesome. Ooh, 400 coupons. Yeah, we'll go to the next area. And technology in general plays a different role. Cars improved, but no main computers, pop culture. Okay. Yeah, that is one thing that's crazy. Like, nowadays, you can make a living off of, like, a thing that, like, people, like... Even nowadays, like, people who are, like, older still don't see video games as anything but for children, but, like, then you tell them, like, hey, there's a person who's, like, a YouTuber out there, and he basically makes millions of dollars playing video games. You're like, you're like, if you told your grandparents today, like, hey, there's a Twitch streamer called Ninja, and he just plays video games. Oh yeah, like the ASMR. It's like, shh, it's so nice. Listen to the sound of me, like, scratching the microphone or whatever. And you're just like, wow. Like, things have really progressed, you know? Yeah, we're both in the wrong field. We need to, like, figure it out, man. We gotta be like ASMR people, just whispering and talking into the mic, or like the people like who do the mukbang or whatever. They just eat like large amounts of food on camera. I mean, it's not good for your health, I will say that, but like they bring in money too. Like, they're bringing in enough money where they can just splurge and eat tons of food. So, well, no, if you have the money to do that, like, I mean, there's people who like there's one called like Nikocado Avocado, and he just eats like tons of fast food. Like, he'll just eat massive amounts of fast food, and I'm just like, man, that, it looks good, but I'm like, man, if I had that much food, I would be like, ugh, I'd be sick. Yeah, he did lose some weight. I don't know if he's gained weight back again, but I know at some point he lost a lot of weight. But I think he also gained weight back. I don't know. It's very confusing. I haven't looked into him in a while. I just remember, like, hearing about him, and they're like, people are like, yeah, he's been losing weight. I'm like, that's awesome. Then there's YouTubers who do, like, the speed eating, like Eric the Electric. I like him, because he eats a lot of food, but at the same point, he does a lot of, like, exercise and stuff. Like, he will bike, like, thousands. He'll bike, like, hundreds of miles or whatever. But yeah, there's a YouTuber I watched, he's called like Eric the Electric, and he'll bike like a lot, but he'll do these like food challenges where like, he did one where he ate like the same amount of food as the heaviest man in the world, or like he'll do like 100,000 calorie challenge or something like that, and you're just like, how, and he eats it very quick too. He's, not only can he eat a lot, he's like a speed eater. So I'm like, how can you do that? That's like crazy. If I tried to eat that much food, I'd be sick. And that's before I even developed, like, gastroparesis and stuff. I would end up being sick just from that. Because, like, they just eat so much food. Like, one thing, I was watching this guy. Apparently, there's a restaurant. I don't know where it is. It's a Gordon Ramsay pizza restaurant. And you for like 17 pounds or something, so it'd probably be like $25 or $30 US. You could you basically get all you can eat pizza for 2 hours. So you've got 2 hours to eat all the pizza you want. And this is like good pizza. It's not like, I mean, Cece's is good, but it's like, it's not like a top tier pizza. This is like professional chef like pizza in like one of those brick style ovens, and you get like as much as you want for like 2 hours. I mean, it looked good too. I was like, man, that looks like some good pizza. Like, and the guy ate, so the record was 38. He ate 48 slices. He ate 48 slices of pizza in like 2 hours. And I'm just like, that would be insane. I don't think you can catch me eating 48 slices of pizza in 2 hours. I mean, I might be able to get down like, we'll say 16. I could probably maybe finish 2 pizzas, because each pizza had like 8 slices. I feel like in my prime, I probably could have ate 2 pizzas. But like, 48? I have no clue how anyone can just down that much food. So it's bigger than a 10-inch pizza. So it's probably like either 12 or 16. It's probably like a 16-inch. Yeah, it's a relatively big pizza. It's not like a smaller one. And I was just watching him. Like, I liked one of the strategies he did. He would take like 2 slices of pizza, put 1 slice of pizza face down on top of the other one, and he would just like start chowing down, going through like 2 slices of pizza at the same time. And I'm just like, man, that guy is a legend. Like, he's just like going at it. And the fact that he could do that with that pizza means the crust is probably really... Yeah, the crust is probably like really crisp for that, since the pizza wasn't really like floppy, it was like a crisp crust. So he could easily do that like 2 slices at the same time. Like, I know there's some pizza places you go to and the crust is just like whoop, and it like all your toppings just like fall off the pizza. And you're just like, man, I was gonna eat that. Yeah, and the one thing, like, most of the pizzas he had sounded very good, but there was one, I'm not sure if I would like it or not. It was pizza with, like, anchovies or something, and, like, there's 2 toppings that I feel are very controversial for pizza, and that is fish and pineapples. I am on the board of pineapples are perfectly fine on pizza. They're great on pizza, actually. But, like, there's two sides. There's people who, like, hate pineapple or fish on pizza, and there's people who will love it. There's no, like, middle ground. Unfollowed, can't fathom such heresy. Oh, man. You found out. So, like... Like, fish on pizza, nope, not on board. Pineapples, I'm okay with it, because I like the little bit of sweetness, but I will say there are probably better fruit that you can put on pizza. Like, I know my parents, my mom sometimes makes flatbreads, and she'll put, like, pears on the flatbread. like pears or apples, and those are pretty good. I'm not a pear person though, so I skip the pears. And the apples, I can just like take it or leave it, because I don't know. For me, they don't quite work, but my parents love like the apples or pears on their pizza. Yeah, I like a little bit of sweet to go with the salty. Like, I feel like a good combination for pineapple pizza would have to be like, you get some like really good bacon on there. Not the ham, because people are like, oh, Hawaiian pizza. No, the ham doesn't have quite as much of a salty bite as like a bacon would have. So you get like a really good... Yeah, I'm not... Like, I'm okay with some fish, but I was never really a fish person. So, like, for me, putting fish on pizza is a crime. Like, I feel like if you are a restaurant and you're putting fish on pizza, you should be arrested, okay? Like, that is a crime against humanity right there. You just see, like, the police show up. We've gotten some reports that you've been putting fish on pizza. Like, that would be crazy. Like, you're sitting down in a restaurant, you just hear police show up, the sirens are going off. We've heard you got this fish on pizza. We're gonna have to, you just see him, like, handcuff the chef, and he's just walking out. Exactly. Like, there's so many, like, food crimes. Another one, now this is a tricky one. I am a firm believer that you put cereal in before the milk. Because if you... Like, the only time you can have milk first is if you've already eaten one bowl of cereal and you're going on to the second bowl. Like, other than that... Yeah, milk first is only for leftovers. And that's... Honestly, that one's also tricky, too. The only time I like to have leftover milk is when it's, like, a cereal that has, like, flavors. Like, if it's Cheerios, I'll just drink the milk and pour a new bowl of cereal. But, like, for Cinnamon Toast Crunch or, like, a chocolate cereal, I like to keep it, because when you add in more, cereal into that milk, it just brings out more of that flavor. We'll Shadow Rush the Voltorb. So it's just like, man, I feel like, I wonder what other, like food stuff would be, like, a terrible food crime. Okay. We got a history thing coming on. How often do I think about the Roman Empire or Republic? I thought the Roman Empire was really cool. It doesn't really come to my head all the time, but like, if I'm playing like a ancient game or a game that's like old school, I sometimes think about like how the Roman army was like really strong. But no, I don't typically think about the Roman Empire too much. There we go. Do they have any other Pokemon? I don't think so. And we'll just keep running. I like how, like, all of a sudden, like, we're inside, like, a part of the mountain that has, like, lava. Like, I feel like this is, like, the worst place to have, like, a building. Especially with those structures. Like, who is building those, little towers? Because they have to be, like, right near the lava, right? Like, they must have insane insurance with this company to make builders be like, yes, I will take this job and build stuff right near the lava, you know? Like, you would not catch me setting foot in this place, because it would be way too hot, and I would just be very uncomfortable. Especially, like, trainers being in there, too. They're just sitting in there all day waiting for the next, like, trainer to come by. They're like, yeah, you ready to battle? And then you just see sweat, like, dripping down their, like, arms and face, because they're inside a volcano. So they're just, they're just soaked with sweat. Like, man, I could not even fathom having to, like, work inside a volcano. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Peace out.